everybody, and welcome to Comics News Today. I am Chester C. Busby III, and I am welcoming you and the panel here today. It should be exciting. I'm actually, we got some more trailers today, which I always enjoy. And Booster does too. Too bad he's not here, but oh well. Let me come over and say hello to the panel. We are joined by Pixel Trader. How you doing today, man?
Very well, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, all right. And we got Todd Mulrooney, the creator of Ignition.
I'm not doing so well.
Why? What's up,
I'm
dude?
not happy. I'm not happy to be here at all.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I'm doing really great. How's everybody?
I'm doing wonderful, dude.
How's
Absolutely.
what's the weather like over there?
Dude, it is a beautiful sunny day, actually. Very, very nice day. We had a nice sunrise this morning, actually. It's quite
Oh,
colorful.
awesome.
Yeah. But I'm always up really early, so I see the sunrise pretty much every day. How about you over there in Florida, Denelli?
I'm doing wonderful. Just chilling out in this Florida weather.
Oh, I see. Well, they're telling me that my mic is low. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right here really close. So this should be fine now, I think. I did have to do some adjustments with my mic from what you guys were seeing yesterday. So it's that adjustment has probably lowered it a little bit, but at least it's clean now. I'm not getting weird feedback. So, all right, guys. Well, let me come over here real quick and we see Hail Raven. The second is in. Not Joshua Hughes, which I'm still wondering. I think that is Joshua Hughes. We also have Josh H2099. So it's like, how many sock accounts we got here, Joshua? 4? Okay, good job. Trusty Psychic says, hey, howdy, hey. Well, hello to you. Hi, Jordan is here. Hail Starfire, of course. Hang on a second. There are 3 Joshes. I think there are 4. P.S. Melter is in here. He says, oh, what do we have here tonight? Well, we have ourselves comic news today, and we're going to be looking at some interesting news. We got the mighty Willie Mammoth in here. Hello. Pixel Trader is saying hello to everybody as well, which is really nice. P.S. Melter says, Todd is awesome. Be nice to Todd, or he will hot you with a doomsday device. I don't know what that means, but don't hot me, Todd. I don't want to be hotted. So.
All right, so I won't come on camera then.
Okay. Oh, I see. See, now we're getting.
No, I don't know. I don't know what he meant. I don't know what he meant.
Neither do I. But that's all right.
But I do have a doomsday device.
You do.
But jeez, I shouldn't have said that.
You should keep that quiet, I think. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's jump right into the news, and we get a couple. We're going to start with an actual, straight up comic book news. I think it should be interesting. We come over here and share with our panel, and we'll get right into it. Now, Denelli, I personally read this. Oh, goodness gracious. I just did it again. I personally read this with Brad. Oh, I can't do it now. All right, I'm not going to be able to share with you guys. You're going to have to look on the live. Sorry. The Hangouts is being buggy again. But anyway, this is the Batman Who Laughs is murdering Bruce Wayne, and now we know why. Do you know why, Denelli?
Because they're his nightmares.
They're his nightmares. Oh, no. Well, I had to read this with Brad for the new comic books, and I thought the art was great. It was really well written. There's nothing wrong with this book, but I just don't like the premise. I don't want a murdering Batman. Sorry. Anybody
I can't tell. Is this the Bat Punisher one, or is this the Joker Bat Joker?
This is the Bat Joker, yeah. And of course the Batman Who Laughs is becoming into that, and he's trying to kill Bruce Wayne, I guess. I only read the first one, so I don't really know the storyline because it's not something that interests me. Although at least they do call it an alternate universe. Now, are you guys able to see this on the main page?
Yeah.
Because Hangouts is not letting me share. So you're going to have to look on the main page, guys, on the actual YouTube channel. I do apologize. But it is what it is. So, but anyway, so have you guys read this Batman Who Laughs yet?
Actually, no. No, because it doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I don't care for the premise. I know my local comic book stores, the clerk says and the people who read it is an awesome book because it's a psychological horror thriller. But I said, yeah, but it's the premise that Batman is evil,
Mhm.
and the only way he affects change is by becoming the Joker, basically, to enact that change. I don't care for that storyline. I don't care for that
Yeah.
Batman being the Joker and actually doing that. Because you're just saying that what he's doing is meaningless. Being Batman is ultimately meaninless. That's the premise what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
Yeah. Well, this is coming out of Metal, right? The Batman Who Laughs was one of the alternate universe situations that was brought over. What about you, Todd? Have you read the Batman Who Laughs?
No, I haven't read it yet, or I don't think I don't. I honestly don't think I will.
Mm.
I mean, like Denali said, it doesn't really. First off, I didn't read Metal. I mean, I so I don't really know anything about this character. But
All right. Well, there you go.
he
How
looks
about you?
like a former. Doesn't he look like one of those Judge Dredd characters? I mean, he kind of looks like a ripoff.
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit. A skinny Judge Dredd. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Pixel? Do you read this yet?
No, I haven't. I read a
Wow.
little bit of Metal, but I never really got too far into it. It just DC has never really been something for me. Like I have a hard time following their stuff, and so outside of a few storylines like White Knight, for instance, I barely read anything from them.
I see. White Knight's pretty good. But yeah, no, okay. So I'm the only one that's read it, and I read it because I had to for the new comic show that I do with Brad over at Pencil for Life. But I'm happy I read it in one way because it is really, really well written, guys, and the art is really good. So it's if you're in, if that premise doesn't bother you, you should check it out. It is a good book. This right here is giving a little bit of spoilers, but seeing as no one's read it, let's just do next. How about that? Um, Now this
I
right
don't
here.
care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care about being spoiled. Like I said, it's not the writing; it's just the premise, and I don't really care for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm talking about the people in chat. But come over
Hmm.
here now. We have Star Wars 9 Boycott, called after Disney hijacked Darth Vader fan film. Now, before Denali gets into this and tells us what the story, which I think we already know, there has been an update. Lucasfilm has relinquished their claim on that video and given it back because of the absolute huge backlash. So there is an update to this article, but nevertheless, go ahead, Denali.
Right. So the original story was that Star Wars series released a fan uh, film on Vader with the rules that Lucasfilm said that he couldn't crowdfund, he had to pay his own money, he couldn't monetize, and he did all that. And everybody, the community, the fan community, rejoiced because you could tell this was a Star Wars fan passion project,
Yeah.
and it hit all the right beats that we're looking for. Come maybe a week or so later, he gets a copyright claim by Warner Chappell, which is the publishing for Walt Disney Music, and they're all back catalogs and everything.
Mhm.
And they basically reached out and say, "Hey, I see this," and he weighing his option and talking about about appealing it. They said, "Well, if you appeal this claim, then we'll do a copyright strike, which will mean that your video will be deleted and we will be shutting out your channel." Of course, that's going to leave a bad taste on anybody's mouth,
Sure.
especially if you're complying with that. So I just want to do a couple corrections because Mr. Kevin Berwick said copyright strike, and it's copyright claim.
It's actually a claim.
And they manually claimed that
They did.
to monetize a movie that was supposed to be not monetized.
Yes. Like I said, that update, they have relinquished that. So
Correct. So Lucasfilm and Disney has reached out to them and told them that they have told Warner Chappell to relinquish that, as Chester said.
yeah.
So
Now the thing the thing that kills me is, it's good they give it back, but I'd say the damage is done. It's just stupid, man. I mean, it was non-monetized to start with. It's a fan film. The guy spent 100 grand making this. He got permissions from Lucasfilm to do it, which he didn't have to do, actually, because he's not making
Yeah.
money off of it. It was absolutely beautiful, much better than the stuff we've been seeing from them, which is what pissed him off, right? And
Exactly.
yeah, have you guys all seen that video? It's really good. I mean, I'm not going to
Oh
play
yeah.
it, of course, but
Yeah.
it's really well done.
Yeah, this is the one where it's him and Padme, right?
And we got a lot
Right.
of we got
For a little bit,
Vader.
yeah.
It's like flashback stuff, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But he's talking to the Emperor,
Right.
and and it's cool because it shows us, something we didn't get before. We're seeing a lot more in depth the struggle between the Emperor and Vader, which is a good
Right.
thing to show, right?
Right.
So, I see Uncanny Kodiak is in here with a much longer name. Good. Batman Who Laughs is infected by Joker poison. Yes, I like the idea. It's what if Bruce Wayne was bad? How screwed would you be? Yeah, exactly. Which we already gave our opinion on that. But this right here is, I'm glad it's back, but that is definitely a mistake, Disney. You should not have done that because it just makes you look petty again. So good for you. Good on you. Good.
Right.
Now this
Yeah.
brings us
You have to wonder
Yeah.
if they even asked Disney if they were going to do it, or if they just went ahead and did it.
probably
It just maybe popped up. It just popped up on a scan somewhere, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's just claim that," and then somebody got fired.
maybe that's possible. But then again, we can ask the same question of the Gillette commercial, which came out the other day, which is people have been saying this is very SJW progressive politics, and yes, it is. But it's actually, if you go watch that video, it's far more insidious than that. You look at who all the bad guys are that are having to be stopped. They're all but white people, and it's always some black or POC, what they call it, person of color, is doing the right thing, right? So it's not only just bad man bad, it is bad white man bad. That's what they did. I mean, Gillette. I mean, is this something that the higher up signed off on? Really? Because you just put a gun to your head and pull the trigger, right? And this is the same kind of thing from Disney, but I think Pixel is right. It probably was someone more lower down that did that, and just, you know, oh well. But this Star Wars conversation is continuing because
Mhm.
Denali, tell us about this one.
Marvel launches Star Wars Age of Rebellion publishing line. So they're talking about a series of comic books and media that happened between episode 3, 4, and 5, and 6 to lead up to the new Star Wars at the end of this year. That we don't really care, but it's kind of funny. They keep saying kill the past, ignore the past, focus on the future, yet they keep trying to milk the past for all it's worth. We already see this. This is not anything we're going to buy. You already told us you don't care for us. Why are we going to go buy it for, these things? It's kind of like all the toys on that Toys R Us that they lost shelf space, that Hasbro's going to lose their license because they have declined 23% of action figures, specifically Star Wars.
I don't blame
and and if you look at any bins, discount stores, you see all the Star Wars that hasn't been sold there.
Yeah, no,
they buy in
did
bulk.
a lot of that. Yeah, showed us a lot of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, Disney
So,
Lucasfilm keeps making a lot of mistakes. You're right, Nick. Yeah. And let's see here. Perth Comics says Vader Force holding the laser minigun blast was awesome. Suck it, Kylo. It was cool, dude. If you guys haven't seen that little short film by Star Wars Theory, go check that out. It's really well done. Let me see here. Draken says, Luke, I am your gender neutral parent. I thought you would be his father. Nick W says, 1 month ago, Gillette announced a new initiative toward black men, hence the commercial. Okay, but they were picking on black men in that too. But I mean, it was mainly anti-white, but it was there was a couple of slaps at the black men. But then again, are we not men? What does it matter? Our color. It's just men. right? But I see your point. What do you think about the this, Todd, with the new line of comic books? I've actually never read a Star Wars comic.
Oh, this is. Are you sure this is comics or is this like
Oh no, it's comic
sort
book.
of like? Oh,
Yeah.
What?
10 issues.
Is Age of Rebellion sort of a separate storyline that these will intersect or something?
It is. That's what it's doing. It's connecting the original trilogy to the new things Disney is doing. I'm assuming that's what it's doing.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, some of their best artists that are actually left at Marvel end up working on these books, so
Well, the cover
that's
art's
always
amazing.
a plus.
I mean, look at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the covers are always great. But
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if you guys like Angel. I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this right, but Unseta or something like that.
Mhm.
He did the Poe Dameron one for a while, and now he's on the regular Star Wars one. But if you see his pages in black and white, they're amazing. His likenesses are so awesome, and he does a lot of tonal work in grays,
Mhm.
and it's really good stuff, you know.
Well, people seem to like the Star Wars comic books. I've just never read one, but they seem to be quite popular. How about you, Pixel? You ever read any Star Wars comic books?
I picked up a few when they first got the license back, but I haven't followed them much since then. I think I maybe got like the first 5 or 6 issues of each one, especially when they all had the action figure covers and stuff. I was snagging all those. But
Oh, really?
But yeah, the art and the stories were fine. It was kind of cool to see Luke in his old like outfit, like from between the movies. The what was it, the yellow jacket or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, so there was some nostalgia there for sure. But I didn't follow it nearly enough.
Well, people seem to really enjoy the Darth Vader one, particularly. I heard a lot of good things about that one.
Yeah, I will agree. That was a pretty good series.
Well, cool. This is we've had a couple of good pieces of comic book news here. Once again, this right here is if you're interested in that. But like I said, it was well done, and of course we have some new Star Wars coming. If you guys like that, you should go check it out. The art usually is pretty good. Moving on here. Oh, we got a trailer. Are you guys ready? We got a trailer.
I like
Ready as one can be.
We're gonna watch the Punisher trailer. Yeah, okay, so here we go.
All right.
So what brings you here?
Oh, violence.
Just passing through.
Well, you got the man of mystery thing down, I'll give you that.
You sexy lady.
After I lost my family, everything changed. Every time I try to be something different,
I wear a mask.
that's when the wrong people
Hide
get
your
hurt.
brokenness.
I hate killing, but I got to get involved.
Frank, you're out of control.
You ain't got the stomach for this. Just walk away. Billy Russo's back. And he has an
Jigsaw.
army.
It's pretty good.
Frank, people are gonna die. I
Jigsaw.
cannot let that
Lana?
happen, right?
Lana?
Let me
Like,
be what I'm meant to be. I'm not asking for permission.
My wife really liked it. So,
I'm gonna end it.
die, Jigsaw, die. Okay. Oh, no, we don't need that. I don't know. I guess it comes down, did you like the first season? Because it seems some people really liked it and other people hated it. I thought it was fine. I watched it with my wife, and we had a lot of fun with it. She really liked it. So I don't know. What do you guys think of season 2 of The Punisher coming in this trailer?
I mean, might as well catch it. It's going to be canceled either way.
I'm surprised we're actually getting it, to be honest with you.
Well, they're not going to waste their money. They're going to still show it. They're just not going to renew it.
Yeah, it was pretty much in the can, I think, by the time they started canceling everything.
True.
Yeah.
Was that Jigsaw in the mask then? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Basically, they're saying we're gonna do the internal brokenness. See, we're not gonna do his face like accurate because it's more interesting and less work for us to just do a little scars and see how his self-image is broken, so he can only see himself in brokenness.
Yep.
Oh
Genius.
my god! Yeah, that's right. I heard something. I didn't realize the mask was going to look like that. That's
That's bad.
That's
Yeah. And
garbage.
they showed his face, and it had just like a little scar on the cheek. Just
Yeah.
a touch.
But he put his face through a mirror or something, right? I'm trying to remember how it happened.
Yeah,
They
they
merry-go-round. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
Oh
But
well.
to be honest, seeing as my wife enjoyed it more than I did, but of course, watching something with your wife is always makes it better, right? But
Sure.
right.
seeing as she enjoyed it more than I did, maybe it appeals to women more. Maybe
Could
that's one of
be.
because because I got
I
people over here
mean,
in the chat telling me they didn't like it.
I mean, when I thought of Punisher, I was thinking of Daredevil Punisher. You know how he came in, he was so badass.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like unstoppable force. And then over here, he's like, talk, talk, talk,
Yeah.
talk, 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 talk,
I get it.
talk.
I get it.
I did like the dynamic with Micro.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I was really, yeah, I'm gonna go the same way. I was disappointed with the pacing of the first season for sure.
Mm. Although the last episodes were pretty good.
Yeah, it picked up towards the end, but that build up in the beginning took forever.
That is true.
Or at least it felt that way.
Yeah. But, I'll certainly watch again because my wife will be interested. Unfortunately, this is the last we get of it, whether you like it or not. So, and Jiminy does once again confirm that Jigsaw doesn't even look that messed up. No, he doesn't. It's very odd. Why not just go with it's the easiest makeup to do, right? I mean, but whatever. It's always nice when we get to see a trailer. Those are fun. So moving on here. Now, this news right here, I'm just going to cover it real quick, Denali. Anne Hathaway to star in The Witches from Robert Zemeckis. And I'm assuming that was The Witches of Eastwick? No. The Witches was the one where they were trying to eat the kids. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, this is Del Toro taking on, which could be very cool because Guillermo del Toro is awesome filmmaker, especially when he's not trying to tell political stories and be an absolute SJW. Anyway, but this story didn't interest me so much, to be honest with you. Okay, there's a movie coming with Anne Hathaway. Yay, I'll be bored more. Thank you. Because, God, is she boring. She's not a bad-looking lady, though, but she's boring. But this right below caught my eye, though, because Dan Aykroyd spoiled secret Ghostbusters announcement months ago. Now, today, as many of you guys probably did, I saw a trailer for Ghostbusters 3. Now, after watching it, I was like, oh, that's not real. That's just some fan-made thing, right? Now, it seems that it's not, though. Let's go watch this trailer, and you tell me, is this real? Because it seems it's real, but it looks like a fan film, dude. Look at it. Okay, spooky house. Some energy. The clouds are being odd. Some thieves. Some music. Some kind of energy. Taking a long time to make it. That looked kind of fake. Looks like that video. So, now, I guess this is an actual teaser.
Yes, it's a teaser for the 2020 movie that's coming out summer by the original director, Ivan Reitman. Going back to the original storyline before the whole 2016 Ghostbuster trash fire that happened.
True, that was a really bad debacle. So that's good news. But for before we get into that, though, Denali, my question is, did that look like a professional teaser? It looked, for me, it felt like it was a fan film, like a little fan creation thing. It didn't feel professional at all. What do you guys think?
Vail did made a good point. It looked kind of like Ghostbusters directed by Sam Raimi. It kind of had that Evil Dead kind of vibe.
Yeah. See, that wouldn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I would like that
totally.
quite a bit, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt that it just didn't. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, this isn't real. It's just some fan film.
It was a teaser trailer that they probably put up together just to see what the reaction would be.
Maybe that's probably
Yeah,
what
for
it is.
sure.
And
Yeah. Well, then they
and
should have told us in there something about the original director coming back, the original team going back to the beginning. They should have said something because they don't say anything, right? If you
Yeah, I
want
don't
to
know.
get people's opinion.
well, if they get no, because the double-edged swords is like, oh, we were doing this direction, now we're falling back to your nostalgia to actually do a viable franchise.
Yeah.
And people now are kind of wising up to their tactics, and it would feel disingenuous saying, after all the hubbub that they said about not liking the all female Ghostbuster, not to kind of crawl back and say, okay guys, we're going to give you the original director with some of the original cast because one of them died, and we're going to actually go back with the plan that we had before we scrapped it. So it's going to follow the 1984's universe, and this is actually Dan Aykroyd's son who's turning on the thing, because that's what Dan Aykroyd said, which we reported a couple months ago, back in November, December. And it's talking, it was the whole Seth Rogen, the next generation taking over and passing up onto the mental and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that's still the same premise. It sounds like it's still kind of the same premise. But we'll see as it comes in, a little bit optimistic, but just stand firm and they have to wow us. It has to be a wow factor now.
And Jiminy agrees with you wholeheartedly with everything you just said. He also says, that's fake. Where's Melissa McCarthy? Oh, you bastard. Although, thank you, senpai. But no, God, that movie, what was that, 2016 Ghostbusters? Oh, what a tragedy, man. I mean, people keep telling me Melissa McCarthy's funny. I still haven't seen her be funny yet, although people keep telling me she is. And the other ladies in the film, well, not the ladies, everybody in that film is supposed to be funny, and there wasn't funny at all. It was literally almost a class in anti-funniness. Is how bad that movie was. Have you guys seen that? Did you torture yourself by watching that trash?
No.
It's really bad.
I saw the trailer, and then I'm like, no. It didn't look. There was nothing that said this is going to be a fun film. This felt like, hey, do you want to watch a really, 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 really bad chick film? And if your answer is yes, go watch Ghostbusters. And I said no.
Pixel.
I watched it twice.
Whoa, God!
I watched the original version when it first came out, not in the theater, but when it first came out on like DVD or Blu-ray, and then they released an extended version, I think on like Netflix or something like that. And I watched it again with my girlfriend just to because she hadn't watched it.
Oh my!
And so I went ahead and sat through it. And it's interesting. The second time through it, when I kind of put aside the whole political side of stuff that had happened and everything with all that, I was able to enjoy the movie a bit more, but it was still pretty bad. I mean, overall, the story I thought was actually a decent story if you take the like if you take the dynamic with their God, what was his name? The stupid assistant that they had.
Hemsworth character, yeah.
Hemsworth character. I mean, I know he winds up playing a role towards the end, but if you take out that whole like the banter with him, like the interview process and stuff, and if you were just to have the original characters kind of in the movie, the storyline reminded me of something a lot of like the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon.
Yeah,
like something a little not really made for movie, but would have been a storyline that could have played pretty well on a cartoon or something. So I think that they had a chance there. It just they marketed it wrong, and then the cast I don't think they really did very well.
They shot the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the dick. I dropped the mic. I'm just saying, dude.
See, I think, like I said, your argument. He's not more mellow anymore. yeah, Pixel, you're the argument say it's good, but if you take all this out, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
If
see
you have
what
to
you're
take
saying.
all it out,
Thinking it.
you already lost.
Well, sure. I mean,
You
yeah,
already
the
lost
cast was not well done.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of weird though, because I did like the way that the characters kind of interacted with each other, but it just wasn't right for Ghostbusters. If they would, but I mean, the same movie with a different name, I mean, it's still going to wind up being like a Ghostbusters. It would have been comparative, but it would have been trash. So it's hard to say. But there were redeeming elements here and there in the movie, but overall, yeah.
Just to let you know, Pixel, you have angered Vailnit. Garbage.
Oh, that's okay.
Pure
You
garbage.
can, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just
kidding.
I'm not going to even try to compare it to the other movies. The other, the original Ghostbuster movies are friggin' classics. I even really like the second one, even though they made the Statue of Liberty walk with jelly. I mean,
Yeah.
what
Well,
the heck?
to be fair, the first Ghostbusters movie is their near perfect film.
Yeah.
Right.
Pacing, everything about it. It's really, Todd likes to talk about masterclass in art, and we're having one of those this Friday on Fanspeak, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great artist coming on for the Black Monday Murders, and it's a masterclass. And Ghostbusters is the original is the same type of thing. So it is it's a hard thing to follow. It is.
The sequel had an issue because by the time the sequel was coming out, the real Ghostbuster TV show was a huge hit. So they were kind of forced to kind of go into that line of the TV show. So if you look at it from watching the TV show to the sequel, then you kind of make sense. Okay, why they did some of those decisions as they were.
That makes sense.
But I do apologize to Derek Tyler. He comes in and he says lower appendage. And that was an interesting entrance for me to come in on. Lol. I do apologize. I'm sorry. All right. Let's jump on to this next story. This is not a story. This is just a real quick thing. Humble Bundle, I guess. I've never used this thing. I can't use it outside of America anyway. But they have for $1, I guess, digitally, you get all these books. And Denali thought that was pretty cool. And there's some good books here.
Or $18, you get $1,000 worth of Dynamite comics.
Ooh, that's nice, dude.
So you scroll down, you'll see what comics you can get.
With Dynamite?
$8 more.
From Dynamite.
$15. Ooh, The Boys. That is killer. 1 through 3, too. John Carter, The End. Elvira. You always have to show respect to the Elvira. Green Hornet. That was good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Swords of Sorrow, really. And then for $18. I see. Well, yeah. John Wick. No, thank you. That is not enticing me at all. Let's not look at that again. That's too bad because the movies are so good, but the comic is really bad. It's really, really, really bad. But yeah, no. This is just we don't usually advertise per se. I guess we do when we do IndieCron. It's kind of advertising, but it doesn't matter. Right. It's a good deal. And I don't know why, especially because it's digital. I don't know why I can't use it overseas, but they won't let me. So,
dude, I would totally go for the Art of Atari. That's decent.
The Art of Atari,
I'm totally into art books. Yeah.
I know, me too. Dude. Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, if you're interested, check it out. If you're not, don't worry about it. What do you think,
Humble
Booster?
Bundle?
Humble Bundle.
I say, I'm sorry for being late. I may have been up all night playing BioShock. I know I'm 10 years late to it, but it's a pretty good game.
It is a good game. I played that.
Yeah.
Father.
Oh, that's right. It's the 16th. I forgot about that. I gotta go check what's on Xbox Live Gold.
Oh, good.
You got.
I don't have a console. You console peasants. I am a PC master race. So.
Me too.
Had to get that in there.
Although I had to spend a bloody hour getting the PC version of BioShock to work.
Really?
Hooray, PC Master Race.
Hooray, PC Master Race. Oh, look, they got
because it wasn't optimized, right?
An American flag. Sorry, Booster. Yeah, this is cool. This is cheap too, man. This is not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
A
Anyway,
humble bundle is great. The thing is, it used to be a lot better because what they used to do was just create little indie bundles,
Mhm.
and what you'd do is you just pay above the average and you'd unlock more games. So it was as simple as that, and that's why my Steam list is so huge. Is because I use the humble bundle all the time, paying $10 to get nearly $100 worth of games. It was
oh,
excellent.
I see.
Yeah.
Excellent damn service. It's been very much taken over by these corporations. Now the corporations want in these days, and they want to add all sorts of crap to it. And the Humble Bundle monthly is okay, but you don't know what games you're getting into, but you're already opting in to buy, you know?
Yeah.
So, but every now and then you just get an absolutely fantastic bundle, and it's worth keeping an eye on at least.
Yeah. No, Derek's got a good point. Definitely grabbing the bundle. Dreadstar, Chaos, and American Flag. Yeah, dude. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's just Denali had saw that, and it's nice, dude. Cool.
Yep.
Let's move on here. We get through this thing. We want to get over
Speaking
to.
of PC, Chester, did you read Goddess Mode 2 yet?
No, I didn't. Thank you very
That's
much.
a good transition.
Nick.
I like it.
But nah, dude. Like I said, the art was really good, even though Robert Rodriguez is absolute trash human being. We know that. And
Yeah,
the
I'd say
writing
he's
was
an asshole.
okay, right? I didn't say it
Mhm.
was great. I said it was okay, and I'm not going to read any more of that than I have to. I was forced to read it. Anyway, moving on. We got a couple things we want to get through quick because we want to go over here in Unicron. So let's just quickly go through this right here. This right here is they're making major changes, which the changes are this. You got Nate Gray, right? X-Man, I think is what he's called. And he is basically trying. He's created this kind of antigen or something like that that is allowing parents to inject so they can make sure that they don't have mutant babies. So he's basically trying to remove all mutants from the world because he thinks it'll make the world more peaceful without mutants. So this ultra mutant is basically trying to remove mutants, and then he goes and he kills the X-Men. Done. So it's like
No more mutant storyline all over again.
that's what the looks
No
like
more
they're doing.
mutants.
Yeah, no more mutants. So yay,
No more
Marvel.
popes.
We've tried this before, and we saw how well it didn't work. I've seen them do it twice, maybe even 3 times. They've tried to do this type of storyline. Yeah, no, guys. Anybody have any comment on X-Men basically removing mutants from the scenario?
Well, if they kill all the SJW nonsense, then that's a good thing. But I doubt that's going to happen, so free to ignore. And I should say remove instead of kill, so clarification. Remove.
Yeah. Let me see. This over here is not much of a story. It's just this actress is a pretty good actress. I've seen her in a few things. She's a French actress. She's a good actress. She's been added to Dune. We've been paying attention what's going on with the casting of Dune, and it's pretty exciting. We're hoping it's going to be really good, but this movie is probably years away to be honest. Yeah, it's just more Dune news. It's not a big entry, but it's just showing that they're sticking with very talented people. So awesome. And
right,
then
Reverend. She's playing the Reverend mother.
yeah, the Reverend Mother. Yeah. She's playing, and she's perfect for it. Not only is she a really good actress, she has that accent because her English is Frenched up a little bit, of course, because she's French. So that's actually going to add to the character. I think she's fine. I think she'll be really good. Actually, I do like this actress. I don't know how many French movies you guys watch, but over here in Japan, we it's a little. I was talking about this with you the other day, huh, Booster? Because we live outside the states, we actually watch a lot more international films than maybe an American would. And French movies are usually pretty good. Actually, French are pretty good at making movies.
The only one I can think off the top of my head, and I love this movie, is The Untouchables. That's a gorgeous French movie.
Yeah, it is. I seen the one there that they're trying to remake with who's the guy who did Breaking Bad?
Bryan Cranston. Cranston. That got all sorts of fuss because he's not paralyzed from the neck down.
They're just stupid.
Ridiculous,
people, man. That's the thing with the thing with Cleopatra yesterday too. So dumb. It should be a black person, dude. We know exactly what Cleopatra looks like. You morons, God. And I showed the side by side with Lady Gaga. She actually looks a lot like Cleopatra, actually. But anyway, idiots. But that original movie, the French movie, where the guy's in the wheelchair. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really good flick actually. The Brotherhood of the Wolf, another really good one. Les Grands Bleus, one of my favorite films of all time. Then our last little story here before we jump over to Unicron. We talked about this a little bit before. Um, I get, but we haven't really had a conversation, so let's have a quick conversation about this, Denali.
Right. So we're talking about that Superboy is now a 17-year-old teenager because he went through a black hole and Bendis couldn't write a normal kid, so they aged him up.
Boy, this is so
You mind if I take a moment here, Chester?
You take 5 moments. Go right ahead.
Bendis!
Jeez. I mean, come on. Everyone was really enjoying the Super Sons. Everyone was loving it, right? Young kids. It
Right.
was a different dynamic. It was cool. We liked it. And then, just because Dan Didio doesn't think that superheroes should have families and all his other agenda on that list that that we've seen of his, and which he's done everything on the list, by the way. It's just, God, it's so dumb, man. We want bring back Super Sons. Because that was enjoyed. We don't need 17-year-old angsty Superboy. We've already had that several times. Thank you very much.
Yep, he's called Superboy Prime.
Yeah, or just Superboy, or what was the clone's name? Con-El, I think, or something like that. But we also
Something like
way
that,
back
yeah.
we had Superboy, the actual young adventures of Superman himself. We've seen this done every time. We don't need it anymore. The Super Sons thing was unique. It was different, and it was fun.
Right.
It was wholesome.
Right.
Todd?
And now I don't have any hope.
No, Ben.
Yes. Yes. You want me to comment on?
I would like
this
you to
crap?
comment on a 17-year-old Superboy all of a sudden, yay.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? you brought up Super Sons, and even though it's sort of on its second incarnation already, the very first one was, most of the books were drawn by Jorge Jimenez, which is one of my favorite DC artists right now. Right now he's on Justice League with Jimmy Chung, but I really got into his work, so I actually read that book, and I'm not a teen reader, right? Or young, like youth reader, like I was when I was young. Of course, I read the Titans and stuff like that, but there weren't a lot of books that appealed to me that were aimed at, or characters that were in that age group. But this book was actually really, really good. And it was fun, and it really sort of had that old time sort of feel of stories that just didn't, that were just meant to be an adventure. And I haven't read the second one where it's drawn by Carlo Barbieri, but man, you're right, because this book actually won awards, by the way. Super Sons won awards.
Yeah.
And it ended up in like the top 15 for some other category, which was really, it was really well regarded.
Yeah.
And so, like you're saying, it didn't deserve to be canceled, but they started effing with it near the end because they got Jorge to start doing some. I think he did sort of like a winter special or a holiday special thing last year, and then there was a couple of Batman books that were sort of one shots that were tied into metal that he was involved with before he actually got started on Justice League. So it went through like 3 or 4 artists. Now Carlo Barbieri is a really good artist, so he actually finished up the last 4 issues of that original run, and then has been doing the new run from the beginning, and he's a very good artist too. So I don't know why you if something's working, why it has to go through such turbulent nonsense.
Because Dan Didio has an agenda. That's why.
Yeah, but the obvious agenda should be to make money, right?
Obviously not. Well, dude, we see these PC SJW people losing money everywhere. They don't care, dude. And then they'll lose money, and then they'll double down on their idiocy. Get woke, go broke is not a nothing expression. It's exactly what we're seeing happening, and they don't care. They don't care because they're right and you're wrong. Go to hell. That's what they do. And
This just seems like something that'll eventually get undone, and that bugs me
I would
even more.
imagine. Of course it will. Things go in cycle because they're going to keep pushing, but eventually the people who control the money are going to get sick of it, and or they're going to get replaced, and this will come back around. Of course it will. Things are cyclical. It's just how long will it take for that to happen is the question. And can the comic book industry, as it stands, survive until that moment? That's the question,
Yeah.
right?
And that's the real question. Will it survive to that point of where it resets? And I
Yeah.
don't think the way it's going, we're losing on average of 100 stores per year. So if it takes like about 5 years, then that's kind of like you only have 500 stores left in the whole country.
Yeah. And they can,
And
Diamond will be done
and
because they can't afford to
yeah,
keep that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's things like, for instance, take a look at Marvel. Most of their books are basically the numbers what we would see from an indie, right? Marvel has become an indie company. That's what has happened. That's what they've done. And it's all because they have allowed these people to do the things they're doing. Now, we've said before, not all Marvel books are bad. They're not. There's some good books over there. But it's just so much of this nonsense doing to the most loved characters that is causing people to go. But look at this little comment here from Lobo. Guess no one ever told you yet. What that? You're a man when you decide to be. Ain't no one handing out certificates or nothing. Decide to. Well, thank you, Lobo. That's very, very useful information from the universe's idiot rampager. But it's like, what? And then all of a sudden he's magically big. Is this what you're saying? That in the Superman's DNA they have the ability to control their aging process?
Did you say big? I think I know where this is going now. This is like that Tom Hanks movie, and Lobo is the fairy godmother giving out little big wishes,
Maybe.
or is it Shazam thing?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens with all of that thing aside. I just think it's really a shame what they've done with this character because things were going so well. And then, of course, Jor-El coming in and cucking Superman. What are you doing with that? Basically splitting up Lois Lane and Superman. Why? I mean, I always thought, even when I started reading comics when I was little with Superman, I always thought, why isn't Superman with Wonder Woman or something? I never really got the Lois Lane thing. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it, right? But hey, that's what they're doing. That's what they're sticking
Do you
with.
want me
That's the
to?
thing. So
Do you want me to
why?
be the guy that tells you why?
No, dude, I know why. I'm just saying that that's the decision. That's the story. So all right. So why now are you coming in and busting it up? We finally got him married. We finally got him having kids. We finally got this what people are asking for a long time. And then you're going to come in just because your opinion is superheroes shouldn't have families. Rrr. Dude, go to hell. Go away. Go away. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, you can explain to me if you like.
So yeah,
it's
I
story
believe that
time with Mr.
I just believe that a human character attached to a superhero grounds them. It's
It does.
kind of as simple as that, right?
Yep.
Like, you can have Superman and Wonder Woman together, right? But they got too much in common. I don't feel like just because they're both superheroes doesn't mean they should be magically attached to one another and start blinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was the Frank Miller theory. I've always seen them as very good friends, right? And yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got.
Yeah, no. And we've all said this before anyway. It's just, oh, goodness. Oh, well, it is what it is. And then that brings us to our last bit. Of course, Indicron and Pixel had to drop off because he got a call, which is unfortunate. I think next time I have Pixel on, we're going to start with straight off with Indicron. I think is what we need to do.
Yep.
And we're going to tell him to turn off his phone.
Yes, but that's all right. No, that's cool, dude. Always happy to see him in here. Of course, with Indicron is the sponsor of this channel, and we're really looking forward to all the things that are going on. But we want to take a look here at some of the new stuff that's just starting to come out here in the year. Now, we looked at Samurai and Dinosaurs the other day, and we were kind of about it. Oh goodness gracious, that updating thing. But it's a good thing actually because it's basically live feed of what's going on. Now we have the Good Night Nightmare Realm #1, and we have Problematic Collection. These are new ones. Which one do you want to look at here today, Todd? Problematic or The Good Knight? Please choose.
Problematic.
Okay, sweet. All right, so I have no clue at all what this is. I haven't actually looked at it. I looked at The Good Knight a little bit, actually. All right, so we're starting off here with a video again, which we've kind of talked about the pros and cons of that. But I have to say, I kind of like he's got the little character sitting over here. Where they've paused it on the video is not a bad place, actually. Problematic Collection helped me print a full up-to-date volume compiling over 500 strips. So these are comic strips. Okay. George Alexopoulos, New Jersey, United States. Well, that's a very nice Greek name you got there, George. And they made a little bit of money, but they have a flexible goal of $5,000. And like we've been talking before, especially with me doing some stuff with Tales from the Island Gate with Tank Ferret, 5,000 is kind of the minimum you need to make any book. It seems it's like the minimum, right? So cool. I get this. And Booster, why don't you go ahead and read this very short overview?
I can. I just gotta find it on the thing. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, the Hangouts is you have to look on the main page, unfortunately.
Ah, you little bastard. All right. I'd like to print a 300-page collection featuring every strip in the series thus far. Pardon the appearance of this campaign as I prepare fancier banners and an intro video. Don't do an intro video. Oh, he already has.
He already did. Yeah.
You silly bastard.
Problematic is the story of Greg and his friends who are far more interesting than him. Observe the nosebleed peaks, mundane tundra, and horrific valleys of his daily life as he fails to talk to girls, navigate imaginary friendships with his best frenemy, and steal time from his co-worker whose wife may or may not believe they are gay for each other.
Ooh.
Wow. All right, let's look at this strip right here. Okay, we got supernatural appropriation. Boo. Just what are you supposed to be? A ghost, of course. Boo. As someone who's dead inside, I find that deeply offensive.
Haha. That's it's cute.
Okay. Love and trumpets. Can I give you something before bed? Fart. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Duncan learned that sometimes humor and romance do not mix. Okay, chuckleable. So these are like unconnected strips. They're not the same character, right?
It's like getting the book of, say, I'm trying to think of that. Far something? Oh, no. It's escaping me.
Far Side?
Far Side, yeah, Far Side.
Oh, yeah, but those are really funny. This says the story of Greg and his friends. Oh, okay. All right. Here's another one. Let's take a look at this one here. Second wheel. I love being alone. Wish I had someone to be alone with.
Aha, that's very relatable.
Is it? Okay, I don't know.
Not in some circumstances, maybe for introverts. This is the the problem with say really cutesy, relatable humor, right? Obviously, not everyone's going to relate to it, and sometimes the joke is just, haha, I relate to that. That's not really a joke.
Right. Well, to be fair though, the page is very tight. It's not very long, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but
it's gorgeous.
The art's fine. The dialogue,
I think it's great.
It's written. And it says 300 pages for $30 seems to be the smallest perk here. A signed copy of the book. I will also print your name or username if you prefer in the credit section. Okay, so for $30 you get 300 pages. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If you like the art, they have illustrated pages, which I don't know what that illustrated prints. Oh, sorry, colored illustrated prints. Okay. I think got some bigger tiers here as well, but mainly this is the main tier, right? The $30 one, which they should have put that feature on it, even though it is right at the top anyway. But that would have caught people's attention. I don't know. What do you think, Denelli?
Again, it's something it's not really particular my taste. It doesn't really catch my eye. I don't think the humor jives with me. But I mean, for those who are interested, he does have the link up for the web comic. This is a
He does.
webtoons
Yeah.
comic strip. So if you want to check
Right here.
out more before even deciding to
I clicked
back
on it.
this,
I touched it. I did it.
This is very millennial humor. This
It
is
is.
like to get your really basic bitch friend Stacy to share it out on Facebook and go, "Oh my god, this is so me." That's
Yeah.
how it comes off to it.
Which,
To
hey,
me.
that appeals to some people. This is not interesting to me at all. But I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just not something that interests me. I think it looks fine. Like I said, it's a really tight little project. It's a good deal, man. 300 pages for $30. That's a good deal.
I mean,
Over
each to their
500
own.
pages. Each to their own. Yeah. But this is not something as clearly we're like, nope. No, that's not this. This is really if it's interesting. The problem is it's interesting to me that it's on Indicron though. Is but because this I don't see why it's I don't know, I guess it is a comic book, or is it a book full of comic strips, or a book full of comics? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about this being on Indicron itself, though? Does it belong there?
I don't know, does it? That's a good question.
No.
I mean,
No
if it's
opinion.
already done, right? Does it need the money to actually go out and get created, or does it just need to go on Amazon or something, like John Dillard said that one time?
True.
Well,
go ahead, Todd.
it doesn't appeal to me, but I really haven't said anything about it because it's done in a certain style, but at least that style is consistent. I can't go, oh, look at the way that guy drew a shelf, or the way he drew something. It's like the characters and the environments kind of flow together.
Yeah.
I
think it's fine.
And to each their own as far as what they like. So I don't have a problem with this. This is not one of those things where I'd say, oh, this shouldn't be on Indicron, because this is, again, it's something different, but it's, it might appeal to many people. I mean, the art isn't bad. It's just not something I enjoy as far as
same for
how
me,
comic books looks, but. I wouldn't say it doesn't. We've seen plenty of things that shouldn't be there, and I wish Pixel was here to talk about those things. I thought he was going to sort of tighten up the ship a little bit and sort of send people back, and or willing to send them here, and maybe we could help them. I don't know, but
no, I think this is a finished product for sure. It looks finished to me. It's fine.
Right. I think it's more for the publishing side of things, publishing the book and sending it out. More or less.
I think so. Yeah.
I just don't. The art it's fine. I'm just not. The strips is not really catching me.
Well, I think what we're looking at here is, he's got a web thing, and it's probably free, I guess. And he just wants to have a physical copy of his stuff, which I totally get. I think that's what.
There's no comparison. Do you reckon there's no comparison between Kevin Hobbs and this?
No, dude. No
Take it back. Take it back.
Take it back. That's funny. Gary Shipman is in here. Hello, Gary. That's very nice. He says peace out for some reason. I guess he's in and then out. Although he did say something about, what I see up here from him, he said, why no on an intro video? Well, it's not no on intro video, Gary. We've said this before, that the simple fact of the matter is, statistically, and this information is coming out of Kickstarter, right? Statistically, most people don't watch videos. They just don't click the button, right? Therefore, if you're going to have that space taken up, well, have it take up with something that you have designed in the best effort you have to sell your book up at the very top. Now, if you want to have a video as well after that, as we can see, in those campaigns here on the bottom, you'll see people have a whole bunch of art and stuff, and that's cool. So maybe you put a video or two if you want. But seeing as most people don't hit those links at all to watch those videos, your first one should be something that you have taken time to fill this space to catch people's attention, right? This should be a eye catcher type of area, and then you can have videos, whatever extra. That's what we're talking about. It's just statistically what it is. It just is what it is. But yeah, okay, enough. If you guys are interested in problematic collection, these kind of millennial humor type of comic books, which I know a lot of people are, then go check it out, man. And other than that, let me come over here and bring us. Oh, good. I didn't have that anyway. Let's bring us back over here. And yeah, well, guys, that was an interesting show. We had some interesting news. I guess it's X-Men are dead. hmm Superboy is no more. He's super angsty teenager who's going to be extremely woke, I am sure. And Punisher True 2 series is coming. Yay. Anything to add?
Hooray!
No.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. All right then, guys. So let's just go ahead and have our Denali Lama take us out.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Later today, it's going to be the Drawn and Core Pro Edition at 10 p.m. Eastern, maybe, or whenever Mike feels like showing. But what's going to be on time is the Fan Edition Drawn and Quarter, which is tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, this channel. On Friday, it's going to be Fan Speak. We'll have our special guest, Tom Corker, of the Black Monday Murders. So join us in that Masterclass edition.
Yeah. And
then this Saturday is going to be Bunny Vision Movie Night, where we're going to be watching Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, baby.
Join us for all those shows. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope that you join us. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Later, guys.
Later.
Aloha.